Welcome to the second video for the lesson, Relatively Speaking, Relative Frequency Distribution. This lesson falls under the larger topic of two-variable categorical data. In the first video for this lesson, we learned how to create a marginal relative frequency distribution. In this video, we are going to learn how we can take that table and create a stacked bar graph, giving us a visual representation of that same data. This is the marginal relative frequency distribution that we are going to begin with, and it should look familiar because it is the table that we created in the first video for this lesson. From this, because we are looking at two variable categorical data, there are two possible stacked bar graphs that can be created, one for each of the variables. So one based on the age group and one based on the activity. We're going to take a look at an example based on the age group, and then we are going to generate our own based on the preferred activity. So here's the stacked bar graph based on age group. So we can see that there is a legend for the four different categories that are being considered for each age group. So sports, movies, reading, and walking. Each of the age groups has a single bar graph, and that bar graph contains a stack for each of those four categories. Now let's go ahead and try to create one that is based on the preferred activity. So here is the blank template that we're going to use, and we have the marginal relative frequency distribution up above. So we're going to construct our stacked bar graph using the marginal relative frequency distribution by activities, and we need to be sure to include a legend. Because our stacked bar graph is going to be based on activity, that then means that our legend should be based on the three different age groups. So we will put that legend here to the right. So we're going to color code this. So let's say that we are going to do under 18, we're going to do that in green. We can do 19 to 50 in orange. And then we'll go ahead and do adults over 50 in yellow. So for each of these bars, based on the preferred activity, there will be three different stacks. There will be a stack for the adults over 50, a stack for the adults 19 to 50, and then for the students 18 and under. So let's go ahead and start with the first column, which is going to be for sports. So we can see that for adults over 50, there were 1.8% of them that identified sports as being their preferred activity. So right above sports, we're going to go ahead and draw that bar at about 1.8%. Now we're going to go ahead and right on top of that, we're going to look at adults 19 to 50, and there were 3.6% of them that identified sports as their preferred activity. So right on top of that bar, we're going to add a stack that is about 3.6% tall. Last but not least, we have the students 18 and under, and 7.1% of them identified sports as being their preferred activity. So we will sketch that in. And notice that the entire height of that bar should be the total here of 12.5%. So we will continue that for each of the other three preferred activities. So a bar for movies, reading, and walking. When that is complete, this is what our entire stacked bar graph should look like. So again, we have a bar for each of the four activities: sports, movies, reading, and walking. And then on each of those bars, we have a section that is dedicated to each of the three age groups. And the entire height of the bar should be equivalent to the total percentage for that column. Thank you so much for watching.